Welcome to our channel. Today we're tackling a question that affects many of us as we age. What's the best bread for seniors over 60? You may think all breads are pretty much the same, but let me tell you they're not. Choosing the right bread could actually be a game changer for your health, especially when it comes to heart health, blood sugar levels, and even your longevity. But here's the twist. Not all bread is created equal. While some breads can fuel your body with the nutrients it needs, others can silently harm your health over time. You might be surprised to learn that the bread you eat could actually impact your weight, energy levels, and diabetes risk. So before you reach for that loaf of white bread, think twice. Are you making the right choice for your health? Before we dive in, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support motivates us to keep creating more valuable content that helps you live a healthier, happier life. In this video, I'll be revealing the best breads you should be eating daily, and the worst ones to avoid at all costs. Trust me, you'll want to stay tuned to find out which breads could be silently affecting your health, and which ones can actually help you live better. Now, let's get started. 4 types of bread seniors should eat after age 60. 1. Sprouted grain bread. Sprouted grain bread is one of the best choices for seniors looking to improve their digestion and overall health. One key benefit is its digestibility. As we age, our digestive enzymes decrease by up to 40%, making it harder for our bodies to process certain foods. Sprouted grain bread offers an easier-to-digest option, perfect for seniors who might struggle with bloating, gas, or discomfort after meals. The sprouting process involves soaking whole grains until they begin to germinate, then grinding them into flour. This enhances the grain's nutritional profile, providing more benefits than regular bread, especially for older adults whose digestive systems may need extra support. Why it works for digestion. When grains are sprouted, the starches and proteins are broken down into simpler forms that are much easier to digest. A 2023 study from the UCLA Center for Human Nutrition tested sprouted grain bread on 500 seniors. After 8 weeks, 73% reported improvements in bloating and stomach discomfort. That's significant for anyone dealing with digestive issues. Let's take John, a 65-year-old man who had been struggling with digestive issues and joint pain. After adding sprouted grain bread to his diet, he saw immediate improvement. His stomach felt more settled, and he had more energy each morning. This is just one example of how sprouted grain bread can make a difference. Additional health benefits. Sprouted grain bread doesn't just help with digestion. It also plays a role in blood sugar regulation and reducing inflammation. Research from the Glycemic Index Foundation shows that sprouted grain bread has a glycemic index of 36, compared to 51 for whole wheat and 75 for white bread. This makes it a much better option for stabilizing blood sugar, especially for seniors managing diabetes or trying to prevent it. Packed with nutrients. Sprouted grain bread is full of essential nutrients. During sprouting, the grains increase their levels of vitamin C by 600%, B vitamins by 300%, and produce compounds that have anti-inflammatory effects. These nutrients are essential for seniors, helping to reduce inflammation and support overall health. To add sprouted grain bread to your routine, simply store it in the freezer because it lacks preservatives. It toasts beautifully straight from frozen, making it easy to enjoy. You can top it with almond butter and banana for breakfast, or use it for sandwiches, avocado toast, or as a side with your meals. 2. Sourdough bread. Sourdough bread isn't just easy to digest. It also helps stabilize blood sugar levels, which is important as we age. After 60, regulating blood sugar can become more challenging, increasing the risk of type 2 diabetes. Unlike other breads, sourdough undergoes a slow fermentation process, breaking down gluten and lowering the glycemic index, which means it won't spike your blood sugar like regular bread. The fermentation process makes sourdough easier to digest, which is key for seniors whose digestive systems can become more sensitive over time. As we age, we may struggle with discomfort from foods, and sourdough offers a gentler alternative. It's easier on the stomach and less likely to cause bloating or gas. Another huge benefit of sourdough is its ability to help manage blood sugar. A study published in 2022 found that seniors who switched to sourdough bread experienced a 26% improvement in gut comfort, with fewer digestive issues. Research from the University of Toronto also found that seniors who ate sourdough with breakfast saw a 45% smaller blood sugar spike after meals compared to those who ate regular bread. This can help reduce the fatigue and irritability that often comes with blood sugar spikes and crashes. Take Mary, a 70-year-old woman who struggled with high blood sugar and fatigue. After switching from white bread to sourdough, Mary noticed her blood sugar stabilized, and she felt more energetic throughout the day. Her story is just one example of how small changes, like switching to sourdough, can improve your health. Beyond blood sugar control, sourdough bread is nutrient-rich. The fermentation process boosts B vitamins like folate and B12, which support brain function and energy levels. Sourdough also contains magnesium, essential for muscle and nerve health, which is important as we age. Adding sourdough to your meals is simple. It pairs well with avocado and a poached egg for breakfast, or can be used for sandwiches and served alongside soups. It's available in most stores, so you can easily make it a regular part of your diet. For the most benefits, choose sourdough made with whole grains and a true sourdough starter. 3. Rye bread. Rye bread is an excellent option for seniors who want to improve their heart health and stabilize blood sugar levels. One of its key benefits is its ability to lower bad cholesterol, LDL, which is crucial for maintaining a healthy heart as we age. Unlike white bread, which leads to rapid blood sugar spikes, rye bread is digested more slowly, giving you a steady release of glucose into your bloodstream. This makes rye bread a heart-healthy choice, especially for seniors who need to manage cholesterol and blood sugar. What sets rye bread apart is its high content of soluble fiber, particularly arabinoxylin, which helps trap cholesterol in the gut and flush it out of the body. This reduces the amount of cholesterol absorbed, ultimately lowering the risk of heart disease, a major concern for older adults. Take Tom, a 72-year-old man who is used to eating white bread. Over the years, he noticed his energy levels dropping, along with joint pain and digestive discomfort. After switching to whole-grain rye bread, Tom felt a noticeable difference. His energy increased, his joint pain decreased, and his digestion became smoother. Tom even found it easier to maintain a healthy weight, relieving some pressure on his joints. His story is a great example of how simple dietary changes, like switching to rye bread, can lead to improved overall health. A 2020 study in the Journal of Nutrition found that seniors who ate 2 slices of whole-grain rye bread daily for 3 months experienced a 16% reduction in LDL cholesterol. This demonstrates the heart-healthy benefits of rye bread. Rye bread also helps keep blood sugar levels steady. It's digested more slowly than white bread, helping avoid blood sugar spikes and crashes that can leave you feeling drained. A Finnish study further supports these findings, showing that seniors who regularly ate rye bread had 22% lower fasting insulin levels, a key indicator of better metabolic health. This is crucial for seniors looking to manage blood sugar and avoid type 2 diabetes. Incorporating rye bread into your meals is easy and delicious. It's perfect for sandwiches, especially with smoked salmon, turkey, or avocado. Rye bread also pairs wonderfully with hearty soups and stews, or you can enjoy it as toast for breakfast. Its dense, slightly tangy texture makes it a satisfying addition to any meal. Rye bread is widely available at most supermarkets. For maximum benefits, choose whole-grain rye, which offers more fiber and nutrients than varieties made with refined grains. 4. Whole-grain seeded bread. Whole-grain seeded bread is an excellent option for seniors who want to support heart health and brain function. Packed with B vitamins, magnesium, and selenium, this bread provides a wealth of nutrients that help maintain energy, cognitive function, and muscle health, all of which are essential as we age. The combination of whole grains and seeds gives this bread a nutrient-dense profile that helps lower inflammation, support vascular health, and boost immune function. Magnesium is essential for muscle health, which is especially important as we lose muscle mass with age. Selenium acts as an antioxidant, protecting cells from damage, while B vitamins help maintain mental clarity and cognitive function. Let's consider Susan, a 68-year-old woman who switched from regular bread to whole-grain seeded bread. She had struggled with joint pain and often felt mentally fatigued in the afternoons. After making the switch, Susan noticed a significant change. Her joint pain decreased, and she felt more alert and mentally sharper throughout the day. She also found it easier to engage in physical activities, which had been difficult before. Susan's story is a perfect example of how small dietary changes can lead to big improvements in overall health. A 2019 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that those who ate whole grains like whole grain seeded bread had a 22% lower risk of heart disease and stroke. Whole grains also provide magnesium, which is vital for blood pressure regulation, an important concern for seniors. Additionally, the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health found that B vitamins in whole grain bread were linked to better cognitive function. Seniors who consumed more B vitamins performed better on cognitive tests, which shows that whole grain seeded bread can help maintain brain health and reduce the risk of cognitive decline. Incorporating whole grain seeded bread into your meals is easy. You can use it for sandwiches with smoked salmon, turkey, or avocado, or enjoy it as toast with peanut butter or almond butter. It also pairs wonderfully with soups or can be used for avocado toast. Its dense, nutty texture makes it a satisfying addition to any meal. Whole grain seeded bread is available at most supermarkets, so it's easy to find. For the most health benefits, choose varieties made with whole grains. While whole grain seeded bread is an excellent choice for supporting heart health and brain function, it's just as important to be mindful of the breads that may harm your health as you age. In the next section, we'll explore 4 types of bread that should be avoided, as they can have negative effects on your blood sugar, heart health, and overall well-being. Let's dive into which breads you should steer clear of to maintain a healthier lifestyle. 4 types of bread to avoid after age 60. 1. White bread. White bread is made from refined flour, which means it's stripped of most of its natural nutrients, leaving behind mostly starch. This refining process results in a bread that is low in fiber and essential nutrients, but high in empty calories. When consumed, white bread can cause rapid spikes in blood sugar, leading to fatigue, weight gain, and an increased risk of developing type 2 diabetes, especially as we age. For seniors, the issue with white bread is twofold. It impacts blood sugar regulation and leaves you feeling tired and sluggish. Since white bread has a high glycemic index, it's digested quickly, causing a sudden surge in blood sugar followed by a sharp drop. This roller coaster effect can leave you feeling tired, irritable, and craving more food. Over time, it can contribute to insulin resistance and weight gain, making it harder to stay healthy as you age. Take David, a 75-year-old man who has diabetes. For years, David ate white bread regularly, but his blood sugar levels were consistently high, and he often felt drained after meals. When David switched to whole grain bread, he noticed significant changes. His blood sugar levels stabilized, and he felt more energized. The cravings that he used to experience between meals were reduced, and he found it easier to manage his diabetes. David's experience shows just how much switching from white bread to whole grain can improve blood sugar control and overall well-being. A 2020 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that refined carbohydrates, such as white bread, are linked to increased insulin resistance, which is a key factor in the development of type 2 diabetes. In the study, participants who replaced refined grains with whole grains showed better insulin sensitivity and weight management. Another study by the Glycemic Index Foundation found that white bread has a glycemic index of 75, compared to whole wheat bread, which has a glycemic index of 51. This difference in glycemic index is why whole grains are a better choice for maintaining steady blood sugar levels and overall energy. Switching from white bread to whole grain bread is an easy and effective way to improve your health. Look for bread labeled 100% whole grain or 100% whole wheat. These varieties contain more fiber and nutrients, which help slow digestion and prevent the blood sugar spikes that white bread can cause. You can enjoy whole grain bread in the same way you would white bread, whether it's for sandwiches, toast, or paired with your favorite soups. 2. Sweet breads and pastries. Sweet breads and pastries may be tempting, but they come with hidden health risks, especially for seniors. These treats are often loaded with refined sugars and unhealthy fats, which can lead to weight gain, increased blood sugar, and worsen conditions like heart disease and type 2 diabetes, common concerns for those over 60. Eating foods high in sugar and fat can cause blood sugar spikes, followed by crashes that leave you feeling tired, craving more, and less energized. For seniors, consuming too many sweet breads and pastries can significantly impact heart health. The high sugar and trans fats in these baked goods can raise triglycerides, increase bad cholesterol, LDL, and decrease good cholesterol, HDL, all of which contribute to heart disease. Additionally, refined sugars contribute to inflammation in the body, which can lead to more serious conditions like arthritis or even memory problems as we age. Take Linda, a 67-year-old woman who enjoyed sweet breads and pastries on a regular basis. Over time, she began to feel more fatigued, especially after meals, and her blood pressure became harder to manage. After making the decision to cut back on sweet treats, Linda noticed significant changes. Within just 1 month, she felt more energized, less sluggish, and experienced better blood pressure control. By replacing sugary pastries with healthier choices, Linda was able to improve her overall health and manage her blood sugar better. Research backs up Linda's experience. A 2019 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that diets high in sugar and saturated fats lead to increased risk of heart disease, diabetes, and other metabolic issues. The study showed that older adults who ate large amounts of refined carbohydrates had a 30% higher risk of cardiovascular disease. Studies from Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health also found that high sugar intake increases inflammation, which can affect everything from your joints to your cardiovascular system. You don't have to give up sweetness completely. There are many healthier alternatives to sweet breads and pastries. Try whole fruits for a natural sugar boost, or enjoy Greek yogurt with a drizzle of honey. You can also bake your own treats with whole grains and natural sweeteners like stevia or maple syrup. By making simple swaps like these, you can still satisfy your cravings without the negative health effects of refined sugars and fats. 3. Potato bread. Potato bread might seem like a healthy option due to its soft texture, but it's actually high in starches and low in fiber. This combination makes it a poor choice for stabilizing blood sugar, a concern that becomes more important as we age. Potato bread causes rapid blood sugar spikes, which can lead to fatigue, weight gain, and an increased risk of type 2 diabetes. For seniors, eating potato bread can cause blood sugar fluctuations. Because it's digested quickly, the starch in potato bread causes a sharp rise in blood sugar followed by a quick drop. This leads to feeling tired, craving more sugar, and struggling to maintain steady energy levels. Unlike whole grain bread, which is rich in fiber and helps stabilize blood sugar, potato bread lacks these benefits, making it harder to manage your energy throughout the day. Take Charles, a 69-year-old man who had eaten potato bread regularly for years. Over time, he felt drained and struggled to keep his energy up, especially after meals. After talking to his doctor, Charles decided to switch to whole grain bread. The results were almost immediate. His energy improved, he felt less sluggish, and his digestion became easier. By replacing potato bread with whole grain, Charles was able to stabilize his blood sugar and feel more energetic. A 2021 study published in the Journal of Geriatric Cardiology found that diets high in starches and refined carbs like potato bread can increase insulin resistance, a precursor to type 2 diabetes. Another study from Harvard Medical School showed that foods with a high glycemic index, like potato bread, cause blood sugar fluctuations that lead to fatigue, inflammation, and weight gain, which are all harder to manage as we age. Switching from potato bread to whole grain bread is easy and beneficial. Whole grains like spelt, barley, and oats are packed with fiber, which slows digestion and helps stabilize blood sugar. These breads also digest more slowly, providing steady energy. You can enjoy them in the same way, whether for sandwiches, toast, or paired with soups. 4. Gluten-free bread. Gluten-free bread made from refined starches like rice flour or potato starch may appear to be a healthy choice, especially for those avoiding gluten. However, while these breads don't contain gluten, they often lack fiber and essential nutrients, which are critical for maintaining stable blood sugar and overall health as we age. High in starches and low in fiber, these breads can cause rapid spikes in blood sugar, which can lead to weight gain, fatigue, and even increase the risk of insulin resistance. For seniors, eating gluten-free bread made with starches can disrupt blood sugar balance. These breads are digested quickly, causing a sharp rise in blood sugar followed by a crash, leaving you feeling tired and sluggish. Unlike whole grain breads, which are rich in fiber and help regulate digestion, gluten-free breads made from starches don't provide these benefits. This makes it difficult to maintain steady energy throughout the day, especially if you're managing conditions like diabetes or high blood pressure. Take Rebecca, a 74-year-old woman who switched to gluten-free bread, thinking it would be a healthier choice. At first, she felt hopeful, but soon she noticed weight gain and increased fatigue. Despite trying to make a healthier choice, Rebecca found herself feeling sluggish and craving more food. After consulting with her doctor, she replaced her gluten-free bread made with starches with whole grain bread. Within weeks, Rebecca noticed a remarkable difference. She had more energy, her blood sugar stabilized, and her weight became easier to manage. Rebecca's experience shows how a simple swap from gluten-free bread to whole grain can make a significant difference in energy levels, blood sugar control, and overall health. Studies confirm the drawbacks of gluten-free bread made with starches. A 2021 study in the Journal of Geriatric Cardiology found that diets high in starches and refined carbohydrates contribute to insulin resistance, which is a major risk factor for type 2 diabetes. Similarly, research from the Glycemic Index Foundation shows that these gluten-free breads have a high glycemic index, which means they cause a quick increase in blood sugar. This can lead to fatigue, weight gain, and increased inflammation, all of which are difficult to manage, especially as we age. If you're looking for a healthier alternative to gluten-free bread, whole grain breads are a great choice. Whole grains, such as spelt, barley, and whole wheat, are rich in fiber, which helps slow digestion and stabilize blood sugar. These breads provide more nutrients and long-lasting energy without causing the blood sugar spikes that come from refined starches. Swapping to whole grain bread can help stabilize blood sugar and boost energy levels, making it an easy yet powerful change for your health. In summary, making the right bread choices can have a huge impact on your overall health, especially as you age. Choosing healthy breads like sprouted grain bread, sourdough bread, rye bread, and whole grain seeded bread can improve your heart health, stabilize blood sugar, and reduce the risk of age-related diseases. These breads are packed with fiber, vitamins, and nutrients that keep you energized and feeling your best. On the other hand, it's important to avoid breads like white bread, sweet breads, potato bread, and gluten-free breads made with refined starches. These can spike your blood sugar, lead to weight gain, and contribute to other health issues over time. Don't wait to make the change. Start today by swapping out white bread for more nutritious whole grain options. Your body will thank you for it, and it's a small change that can have a big impact on your long-term health. Share this video with your friends and family to help them make healthier choices, too. And be sure to hit like and subscribe to our channel so you never miss more helpful health tips that can keep you feeling your best every day.